Empower, support, love. That's true beauty.
Allowing God to use me to inspire others.
She is clothed with strength and dignity.
Welcome to Sis to Sis.
Hey, y'all. Did y'all miss us? Because we sure missed you. Look, watch, like, and subscribe to our channel at Sis to Sis 1988, as well as follow us on all our social media platforms at Sis to Sis 1988. We are at that segment where we allow you to get to know Sis to Sis.
Dun, dun, dun.
As always, as we have stated, yes, we've been friends since we were 4 years old, but we are three different women. We have a close relationship, but we have three different personalities, believe it or not. It's true. So when we have guests on the show, we allow the guests to come up with three random questions as a panel or as individually, so that we can allow the audience to get to know those personalities and not only just see the genuineness of the friendship. So I'm going to head over here to Miss Adrian. You scared? Don't be scared.
She been teasing us all. I'm nervous.
Yes.
I'm nervous.
So we're gonna let Miss Adrian ask her questions.
Let me sit up straight.
Yes.
Since we've been talking about the value of a woman of God, we've been talking about those things that we carry from our childhood. Can you pinpoint one thing from your childhood that's catapulted you to the place that you are today?
For me, I would say, I don't know how to call it. Let's say two things. I would say love and showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Love and showing up. Since I was a kid, that was a must. When somebody that you tell that you love, I love you, if you're using those words. When they need you, you show up. No questions asked. You be there for them, be their rock, be their pillow, be they paper, be they pen, whatever it is that they need you to do. Don't even ask any questions. Just go. I'm like that today. You know, I'm going to love you as much as I can, if you allow me to. You know what I mean? If you want me to love you. And I show up with no questions. That has been instilled in me.
How I would answer that is, I think everything that I went through has brought me to be the woman that I am today. I think there's no mistake, there's no regret. My background in my childhood was not perfect by far, but there was no mistake. But I think if it didn't happen this way that it did, I wouldn't be who I am today. So I embrace everything that I went through, the negative and the positive. I will say some things like I was raised in a house with my grandmother and my mom. So my grandmother still instilled a lot of things in me. Everything wasn't positive, but I think I try my best to take those positive things though, because my grandmother, she's funny. God love her. She's still living, so I'm blessed to still have her. But she would instill in me as a woman, don't be afraid of anything. And she would always figure out a way to get things done. And she would always figure out a way, she was, to stand up. Like she would always. I never met my grandfather. He passed away before I was actually born, but he took care of her up until he left for another woman altogether. So she would always constantly instill in me about making sure I knew who I was as a woman, making sure that I was able to take care of myself and those things like that. So to me, those things that she instilled in me, plus everything else that I learned, within childhood as well, has caused me to know the value of myself as a woman. So, yeah.
Let me see. I know one thing I would say, be grateful for what you have and not what you don't have. Just be happy, whatever your circumstance may be, you can find happiness in that. I think just everything as a whole. Like I learned something from everybody in the family. Like all my aunties, my uncles, my mom, my grandma, everybody kind of had their hand on me. So they all instilled something in me. But I know like my grandmother, she was a giver. She always taught me, give something away because you want to give it to that person. Don't expect it in return and don't expect for it back.
Good.
Right.
If they never pay you back,
Don't worry about it.
Don't hold it against them. Don't, you gave because you wanted to. It came from the heart.
Right.
So I know I learned that from her. And then just watching my mom over the years, she never really got a whole lot of help with a lot of things. So she like raised me and my brother pretty much, on her own. Of course, we have the rest of the family, but I saw the strength and the strongness in her. Like she never gave up. She just kept pushing, made it work, made it happen. I had my school clothes. I had my my presents on Christmas, morning. So she just kind of made things happen. So I think that just like you make things happen when you need to. And they also collectively showed me that you have to work for what you want.
Nothing is given to you.
Right. Because my auntie would tell me all the time, she said, nobody told you life would be easy and nothing is promised. So I just think it's so many life lessons. So I just think there's a little bit of everything.
That's so powerful. I'm sitting here as I listen to you speak and listen to each of you individually speak about the things from your childhood, the things that you held on to, the things that made you who you are today. And then look at your friendship and you can see how you had a solid foundation. Right. Even coming up to build on, to be able to know how to be that friend, to be there, to love, to listen, to give. To be that validator, to be the one that says, you're strong because I'm strong. I can show you strength. And so it shows, just in molding, just in hearing you speak, each of your uniqueness, but it shows how all of you fit together, together. You had a strong background coming up, so it allows you to be strong and allows you to give and to love on others. So that's pretty cool. Next question. Don't be scared. It's okay.
It's heating up, y'all.
Right.
At the end of my book, I shared, and this will be an easy one for you, just from hearing what you said from the first question. I shared a conversation with some friends of mine who I went out to lunch with. One was 82, 84, and 90 years old. That's the kind of people I hang out with. You want wisdom, you got to hang out with wisdom.
Those are the best people.
They don't have no reason to lie.
They're going to be 100% honest.
And they don't hold back.
And if you can't take that, you don't need to be around, baby.
That's it. Until they each gave something. One of them said, I asked them what would they tell to another woman today that would encourage her. Okay. All their years of wisdom. One of them said, I tell her to learn to listen. Just like I had such a hard head, nobody could tell me nothing. I was ground. I thought it was my way. Another one said, tell her that she's beautiful. Let her know that, God didn't make any mistakes with her, that she's beautiful. And the other one was like, well, let them know that they'll be all right. That failure is okay, but they'll still be all right. What words of wisdom have you attained? And I don't understand, y'all ain't 84 or 90 and 94, but in your friendship, what one thing would you share to another woman, something that would give her words, some inspiration and something to hope towards?
That she can do it.
She can do it.
As far as like obtaining friendship?
Just period.
Just period. Yeah. Just period. Yeah.
So I would just say accept people for who they are. I think we talked about that on another segment of the show. And I'll just go back to friendship, and not just even friendship, relationships. Period. Just accepting people for who they are. So whoever they are, just accept them just like they are.
Find happiness and joy any way you can. Even if it's something small, something little. If it makes you happy, then hey, run with it. Just take it. Find it however you can. And just enjoy it.
I don't know, because chocolate makes me so happy.
If it's chocolate, hey, baby.
Enjoy the little things.
Yes.
The chocolate and Christmas.
I would add on there as well, too, just whatever the situation is, try to look at the good in any situation that you're dealing with as well, too. Whatever that is. Relationship, whether it's work, whatever it is. Just try to look at the good in things.
And then if it's something that bad happened, learn from it. It's always
take it
a
as
lesson. It's always a lesson in it.
Yeah, nothing happens by mistake.
A mistake. There's always a purpose behind it.
That is true.
The reason God, what is the purpose?
Yeah.
There's a greater purpose. Like Romans 8:28 that we quote all the time, and we know that all things work together for good to them. It's about our perspective. A lot of times you hear people say all things work together for good. No, the Bible says all things work together for good to them who love the Lord, to them who are the called according to their to His purpose. God, what is your purpose in this for me? my perception has to meet his purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to see it the way God sees it. I want to see you the way that God sees you. I want to see the beauty in you the way that God sees you, so I can love you genuinely just for who you are, the unique, wonderful being that He created you to be. Okay. So my last and final question, it's an easy one. What key thing would you say helps you to see your value?
A key thing that helps me see it, the reflection that people give me back. Like the things that people say that I might not even notice about myself, but they may pointed something out or complimented me, so they kind of help. It's kind of like a reflection back on myself. Because people kind of tell you, I didn't even know that person paid any attention to me.
You just going around doing good, being yourself.
Yeah, because I had went to a class reunion, and I had a classmate, and I didn't think this woman thought any twice about me. She said, "You were the one person I wanted to come back and see. I done told my husband about you."
Aww.
You know, and I'm like, "Really?" She said, "Yeah." She said, "You were just so sweet in school to me." And I'm like, I never knew that she felt that way. So to me, that's like a reflection back on you.
On you, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think for me, how can I put this to make this make sense? Remembering that our life is really not our own. So we are really put here on this earth, honestly. And every time I think of this, I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep it together. But it makes me emotional when you think about that, because I'm genuinely a giver to people. Everybody around me, I think they know that. I'm a giver. But I have to remember that, my life is really not, it's not my own. Some people, I think, sometimes have a hard time understanding me, because like when I give, and that's just what it is. Because to me, the way I see it, God gonna replenish it. That's the way that that's the way that I see that. But how can I put that to help people to understand? Because to me, I feel like I have a problem putting that honestly into words. But to me, it comes back to the value of myself. But really, the way I see it, it's not about me. This life is not about me. God put me here for a purpose. He put me here to do His will. He's using me to do His will. And like I say, when I say that, it gets me kind of worked up. But I don't know how to better explain that. But hopefully that answers your question. But our life is just not, it's not our own.
It really is.
It's not our own. My life is not my own. I'm not living really here for Calandra, honestly, I'm not. God is using me to do His work. That's the way that I see that. Yeah.
Awesome. Value within myself, I would say my strength. Sometimes I don't recognize it. Sometimes I don't acknowledge it. And it goes back to, I was a sick child, real sick, in the hospital all the time, in and out. Even have dealt with it up until my adulthood. So people, if they find out, usually because I don't share it, usually most of the time the people that are close to me knows, but if it comes out, they'll come to me or they'll approach me and ask me, how do I do it? Jamie, how do you just keep going? I have to. I have to, because this is not an accident, and God don't put you through nothing you can't handle. That's my story. The pain that I have on a daily basis, the medication I take on a daily basis, the doctor's appointments I have to keep throughout the year. It's more to Jamie than that. I know that it's more to me than that, and I know it's more things coming for me. You know what I mean? Sometimes people think you'd be like, God, you the fuck. I remember when I was real down, I asked my granny, I said, Granny, is it okay to beg the Lord? And she said, well, what you begging for? And I said, well, sometimes, I be praying for stuff and it don't come, and I just want to be sure He ain't forgot. I was a kid, and so she was like, well, nobody has a limit on how often they can talk to God. If you want to talk to God, but you want to let God know that you have the faith, that He has a plan, and today is just today. Tomorrow can be completely different. When I talk to people and I share give them some kind of encouragement or something, and they know that little bit about me, they don't understand. I don't understand it. I don't know. Even when I was a kid, I wasn't depressed about it. It's kind of like, can I go home today? Can I go home today? No, we're going to keep you, Jamie, or whatever. Okay. I'm gonna ask again tomorrow. It's kind of, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know where it comes from, but I am thankful to God for it. And I'm thankful that people see it in me.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful for that. It's not too much I don't go through that I don't make it through up until this point in my life, until the age of 38. I will say that I'm a fighter. That's what makes me know that I'm valuable.
That's a blessing. Each of you so unique, so individual, but just so valued, so loved. And so I thank God for the opportunity to question you ladies. I kind of want to ask some questions. Look, I still want to kind of regurgitate and give us some questions.
What you got?
Right.
You talked about marriage and being forgiven. So for me, I would want to know, would like to know from a woman of God standpoint. So I've chosen abstinence. I'm going in my year 5, something like that. And when I talk about it, people look at me sometimes when I talk about it and I say it with so much dignity and so I'm proud of it. I've been told, Jamie, you man hating, you just hate men. No, I don't. I love them. I see brothers all the time. I be like, oh, just come talk to me. Right? But when I say that, does it look like I'm just in hurt and I'm not forgiving someone? Because that's not it.
No.
I think that's what I put off. I want to know how to make that sound better.
Ain't no way to make it sound better. It is what it is. Calandra said it earlier. She understands that her life is not her own. Right. She has a greater purpose. You're even sharing that you've chosen abstinence as your path shows that you have a greater purpose. I decided, okay, at this point in my life, at this juncture in my life, I'm going to wait on God. I'm going to wait for my good thing to come and find me. I trust God that he has someone ordained for me. He has someone that's purpose for me. And I'm going to wait on him. And promise, you're not the first woman that I know that's done that. One of my close friends, she did it. And baby, when God sent her a good thing, he was a super great thing to her. Super wonderful. And about your age, almost 40, before she had her first baby. And she had 2. She has 2 boys. So we all have different walks that we take on life, different needs that we meet, different purposes that we have. And so with the choice that you've made, the life that you live, it's not for someone else to understand, but it's for you to accept and understand. It's not for somebody else to agree and say, girl, you're going to hell if you don't do this, that, and the other. No, this is the choice that I've made. This is my personal choice. And you share it, and there may be some other people that have made that same choice, but have been scared to open up about it. And you're providing a platform and sharing this. I did too. I made that choice too. So it gives them the courage and I think to speak out and open up about it.
Yeah, they think it's geared towards, I was in this bad relationship. And it wasn't. It really was me. My last relationship, I was just like, you know what? Maybe that would have went different if I'd have did A, B, C, D. So I did it for me. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that terrible. But it was just for me. It was like, Jamie, you're not perfect. And it is some things that you can oil up and lube and screw it back together. You see what I'm saying? And some people, when I share that, they'll say, well, golly, 5 years? What's wrong with you? It's a joke.
Not wrong, but girl.
But I just want to sound, as I've said, I just want to be positive because sometimes my delivery is horrible. I'm going to just be honest. I know my delivery can be horrible sometimes, and I think sometimes it can be taken very harsh, or it can sound harsh. So when I say that, I'm just like, oh, Jamie, try to say it, answer the question, but don't sound like you just hate men. Forget all men, because that's not it. Not at all. It's not.
It's not.
I mean, because I'm getting to that breaking point, like, ooh, wee. Like what they say, what is it, cuffing season? It's cuffing season. Cuffing season is on the way, and I ain't got nobody, but that's just one thing that I would like to make sure that I'm delivering also on a positive note. It's not bad. After a while, you just kind of like.
And then when you say that, and I understand how you say how you want to be perceived in the right way when you say it. You don't want to come across harsh or uncaring or nonchalant about it, but you want to. And so when you do it in love. And so you're saying your truth in love, and it is what it is. And everybody's not going to be okay with it, no matter how you say it.
Go ahead, Tori.
I was going to say that too, that everybody's not going to always like what you say, but the person that's meant to receive it, they're going to receive it.
Yes.
So you can't always worry about, am I saying it the right way? you know, it's
Yeah, I guess that's
sounding
my problem.
hard.
That's kind of what I was gonna say. To not really worry about, because I think that's how I'm able to be. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to be married. I desire to be married, but I don't get hung up really honestly in that place. I just feel like really I have other things that I need to be working on right now. There's other things that God has me to work on right now. That other person that's questioning me about this, they may not understand it, but that's not for them to understand. This is my assignment with God that I need to work on. It's something I need to continue to work on. So what I would say to you is, to you, friend, don't worry about how it's perceived by someone else, because you can say it in the nice, most compassionate way, and somebody still think like, what is wrong with us?
Yeah,
you know. I mean, I'm just being honest though. In my
I'm just
worry about it.
You
You can't really worry about what someone else inside how they perceive that. You really can't.
Well, it's not the perceiving. I'm saying strictly my delivery of it. That's all I'm saying. My delivery of it. Like I'm saying, I know I said that. Oh, you just hate men because that's what. No. You mad? What he? It was a guy asking me what he do, and I said, who is he? He said the dude that got you doing. I was like, he didn't do nothing.
Like, God just blessed me. That's all. I'm good.
See, I need that right there. What she got? You said she just blessed me. That didn't come to my mind when I said that.
You need to go deep in prayer for you. Ask God to help you with that one, honey.
But it doesn't matter, because there's always, when you say something, like she was saying,
regardless of how you say it.
Even from a standpoint of me being an elder, me preaching a sermon, you know, how person over here on the left side of the sanctuary gonna see it one way, on the right hand gonna see it a different way. So all I need to do is just say it how God gave it to me. But you do it how you feel. It's on you.
Right.
My obedience is unto Him.
Exactly.
How it's on you.
Yep.
That's true.
And I will say it has been everybody. Like, how have you done it? That's the next question. How have you done that? I stay at home. I say no to everything. No, I ain't going.
You can still live your best life.
I know. Yes, I can. But that is how I controlled it. You know what I mean? I didn't put myself out there happy hours and stuff like that. Because when I, throughout the year, throughout this time, I've been able to evaluate and be like, I was proning myself to a continued letdown. Being out, accepting, giving the phone number out, entertaining, knowing somebody, he ain't tasting right. He ain't sounding right. And continuing do whatever we doing, the dating or whatever the case may be. And so I said, okay, I know what I do. I just won't go. I just stay at home. I just stay at home. I think that's what helped. It wasn't just, and now, like I said, I get to a point like, why am I going to be at home? I'm single. Excuse me. I have no children. I should be out there, right? That's at least how people look at it. You should be out there. I'm out there just by myself. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm available yet intolerable. That's what I say. Available yet intolerable. And I don't think that's bad. But I don't hate men. Okay.
She
said for the record,
y'all.
For the record, Jamie said she don't hate men.
I don't hate men. I'm here and available. You just can't come playing.
Come correct or don't come at all. That's it. That's all I'm asking. That's it.
That's funny.
Well, since you're an entrepreneur too, what would you say to 3 women that are entrepreneurs?
Believe in yourself. Believe in what it is that you're doing. And a lot of times we might not see the harvest that we think should be there.
That's where I'm at right now.
But trust the process.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to stay the course.
Stay the course.
It's gonna manifest. There's nobody you talk to that said I was an instant. I did it on my first try. I was an instant millionaire.
I know that.
I
work like that.
But just stay the course. No, and a lot of times we give up on our dream because we don't see it manifesting, or we don't see people who we think should be supporting us. But know that God has a canvas out there. He has your audience. He has the people who will support you in all that you do. When He's ready for it, it's going to take off to a whole nother level. Just trust the process. Stay the course.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
So,
until next time,
there is strength in sisterhood.
And there's support in sisterhood.
Bye.